My classmates wouldn't listen to my input because I'm deaf. They didn't know I helped write our textbook. I was born deaf since birth, but thanks to parents who taught me I could do whatever hearing people can, I graduated undergrad summa cum laude with 3 published papers before I was 20, including a chapter in a psychology book that was required reading in one of my grad school classes. I didn't tell my classmates who I was because I was there to learn, not to brag. The lecture hall was massive, so I always brought my ASL interpreter, but for small group meetings in the library study room, I felt comfortable enough with lip reading and speaking to go solo. Josh claimed the head of the table immediately, spreading his materials like he owned the place while Olivia and Ryan flanked him. So we're analyzing psychological barriers in healthcare settings, Josh announced, then turned to the others, completely blocking his face from my view. I asked him to face me when speaking so I could read his lips. He rolled his eyes so hard I thought they might fall out, then spoke with exaggerated slowness like I was 5 years old. We are doing healthcare barriers. Do you understand? Olivia leaned into Ryan whispering something, but she didn't realize I could see her perfectly from my angle. Great, we get the diversity admit. This is gonna tank our grade. Ryan shrugged and said, at least we'll get points for inclusion. Professor loves that stuff. I've put up with crap like this my whole life, so I wasn't about to let it ruin a project worth 20% of my grade. I just smiled and suggested we could examine communication failures between providers and patients. What did you say? Josh mocked, and I could tell by the way he moved his mouth that he was imitating my voice. He turned to the others laughing. I literally cannot understand a word. Can you guys? Olivia shook her head dramatically. Maybe he can be our silent partner, Ryan added, and they all burst out laughing at their clever wordplay. I decided to give them the benefit of the doubt that they were really having trouble understanding me. So the next meeting I brought typed notes outlining a comprehensive framework for our presentation, complete with citations from leading disability scholars and empirical data from longitudinal studies. Josh grabbed my papers, glanced at them for 2 seconds, then slid them back across the table. You expect us to believe you wrote this? He said. Olivia said, maybe he had that interpreter who follows him around do it for him. Ryan pulled out his phone and started recording video while zooming in on my face. Guys, check this out. I'm gonna ask him something. He looked directly at me with false concern. Hey buddy, let's hear you explain these notes to us. I've been mocked by enough hearing people to know better than to let them record my voice to post it God knows where, so I didn't say anything. Josh took my notes and ripped them up right in front of me. Look, personally, I think it's impressive that a stupid knows how to use ChatGPT, he said with his poop-eating grin, but our professor won't. For the next few sessions, they kept planning this lackluster presentation, all the while shooting me down every time I tried to contribute. I knew what they were coming up with was C- material at best, and I didn't want them bringing down my average, so during our final planning session, I tried one more time to help. I brought a draft introduction that connected our topic to broader themes in disability justice. Josh literally put his hand in my face to stop me from talking. He said, listen, oh wait, you can't listen. He laughed. We've decided you're going to stand there and smile while we present. Don't try to talk, don't try to sign, just be decorative. You'll still get credit on our project. You should be thanking us. He probably doesn't even know what we're saying right now, Olivia said while looking directly at me. Look at him just staring. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Ryan pretended to sign random gestures. Look, I'm speaking his language. Herp derp, me make random hand movements. They all laughed hysterically. Josh leaned back in his chair studying me like I was a specimen. You know what's sad? He probably thinks he's smart. We should get extra credit for dealing with this, Ryan said. Like hazard pay. Do you think he even knows we're talking about him? Josh snapped his fingers in my face repeatedly. Hello? Earth to Deaf Boy? They assigned me to make a single PowerPoint slide for the references page, but I went home that night and made something a little different. The presentation day arrived, and I walked to the front of the lecture hall with my interpreter, standing exactly where they told me to stand, while Josh stepped up to the podium ready to take charge. But before he could speak, I moved to the center and began signing rapidly to my interpreter, who voiced clearly to the packed auditorium. Good morning. Before my group begins, I'd like to present my own research on the psychological barriers faced by disabled students in academic settings, drawing from my published work in our textbook, page 247 through 268, which I believe you're all familiar with. The blood drained from Josh's face as he frantically flipped through his textbook, finding my name and photo in the acknowledgments section. I'll be using this group's treatment of their deaf colleague, meticulously documented over the past 3 weeks, as a case study in academic ableism. Horror dawned on their faces as they realized every cruel word, every mocking gesture, every moment they thought I was too stupid to understand was about to bite them in the ass. Full story on the channel below.